Hello my dear students, once again I welcome you all to your history online class. So again in today's online class we will be doing the continuation part of your chapter number 8 talking about the Delhi Sultanate. So if you have seen the first part of the video, there I gave you information with explanation regarding 5 dynasties, talking about the 2 sources, literary as well as archaeological sources and the main founders, and talking about the famous monuments known as Qutub Minar. But in today's class, we will mainly focus on 2 great kings of Khalji as well as Tughlaq dynasty. From the Khalji dynasty, we will take a king, Alauddin Khalji, and from the Tughlaq dynasty, talking about the Muhammad bin Tughlaq. So what we will see, like a little bit of comparison between those 2 kings, what were the administrative policies, how they were setting different kinds of departments for their kingdoms to make it powerful as well as efficient and staying away from the Mongol invasion. First topic we will see with the political history. So under the political history we mainly focus on both the 2 kings, that what kind of history that they had, the background, what kind of little bit of contribution that they did during those era between Alauddin Khalji and Muhammad bin Tughlaq. First we will take Alauddin Khalji, as he was the second king of the Khalji dynasty after Jalaluddin Khalji, and even he was a nephew or son-in-law of Jalaluddin Khalji, and later on he was given as a governor of Kara, Manikpur, Awadh, and with the help of his efficient slave, later on he was promoted to general known as Malik Kafur, and lots of southern kingdoms or the southern territories was been put into effect with their power, invading one by one like Devagiri, Pandyas, Telangana, Dwara Samudra, and so many other southern states. Now focusing on Muhammad bin Tughlaq. So Muhammad bin Tughlaq, also known as Jauna Khan, after his father's death known as Ghiyasuddin Tughlaq, he also took mainly the 3 experiments. So Muhammad bin Tughlaq, 3 experiments is very much connected because he took these 3 experiments which ultimately resulted to a failure. First, if we talk about the transfer of capital from Delhi to Devagiri, because he thought in order to stay away from the Mongol, Devagiri would be suitable, and he even thought of transferring his capital, and Devagiri later it was been renamed as Daulatabad. Second experiment was taken by him was taxation of Doab region. During those time there was a particular region which was very much famous known as Doab, fertile in land with lots of cultivation, but it was unfortunate for the farmer as well as for the agriculturist, as there was a famine, and even Muhammad bin Tughlaq imposed a heavy taxation on those Doab region, and that also ultimately led to a failure. And the third experiment that he took was the introduction of token currency. So when he introduced token currency, maximum people during those time, during the Tughlaq dynasties, they used to use copper. So instead of silver and gold, he took the token currency as copper. That copper will be made as valid coin for exchanging of goods or for buying whatever that they require. It was easy for the people to take all those kinds of token currency of their homemade copper utensils, and they started minting those small round in shape as a coin, and that also ultimately led to a failure. And next we talk that is known as administration under Delhi Sultanate. So administration plays a very important role in every kingdom, in every empire, because this stays as a backbone. How you can make your kingdom, empire or your state as very powerful, very strong. And during the Delhi Sultanate there were 3 types of administration. First, central administration, second, provincial administration, and third, local administration. So this is also taken by our India. As in general, if we talk about the central government in India, state government, that is provincial government, and the local self-government, rural as well as urban, villages as well as towns or cities. And here also lots of departments were being created like Sikdars, Wazir, Sikhs, or like a chief minister or prime minister, just to see about the land revenue. Different types of posts also was been put into effect. Even there were a chowkidar or gateman to see overall the work given by the king. And the next we focus over the administration that is known as, they are under two kings again, once again, that is Alauddin Khalji as well as Muhammad bin Tughlaq. If we talk about Alauddin Khalji under the administration topic, we see that he introduced a permanent standing army. He was the first king in India to start a permanent standing army because to stay away from the Mongol invasion under the great leader known as Genghis Khan. Because of Genghis Khan, lots of kings, they had to face a problem, and they even started building forts, and he introduced permanent settlement. Later on even he introduced Dag and Chehra. So Dag was a branding of horses and Chehra was a identity that was being given to soldiers or armies. And even he thought of making a finance department, money matter, very strong, and how to control our market policies. What kind of reasonable price that a shopkeepers should keep, they should not take too much of profit from a particular item. So those kinds of control over the market also was being taken by Alauddin Khalji in order to make his empire, Khalji dynasty, a very safe, and there should not be any such kind of crime in his empire. And if we focus on Muhammad bin Tughlaq under the administration topic, we see that he was the first king who gave more emphasis or importance on the agriculture department, how to help the farmers, peasants with different types of loans, talking about the money lenders and different type of things. And even he was able to keep a very good relation with China for import as well as export, that is trading purposes. And talking about the token currency, already we have discussed here token currency, and he introduced this token currency in order to be very easy for the people to exchange or to buy any of the items that they wanted for their household or for their personal use. So this was overall the topic to focus on chapter number 8 with the first part, and this is the second part discussing over the main topic that the council has reduced, and will focus only on those kinds of topic that the reduction has been done by the council, and what are the key points or the topic that we need to focus over every chapters of your history or your civics portion. I hope you have understood the topic that I explained you in today's class. Till then, stay safe. Thank you and God bless.